If I gotta wake you up to motivate you to change your life financially, your status, the rest of your career, I'm not the right coach for you. The best thing for you to do is be second in line. Watch the guy make the mistake and then perfect that coaching decision. At your pro day, you might be the only one, so you don't get that luxury, right? You just came back from a bowl game and there's a bunch of guys on the line and then they make a mistake. The kid is up there after the coach corrects them, making the exact same mistake. Your drill, every rep you take, you should be taking 2 to 3 mental reps and then fix it already. High opponent, get upfield. Good ball. It's a back pedal. It's a flip. All right, it's a flip. All right, here we go. Roll. Bang! And it's flat.
Really, I mean, kind of, at least from my vantage point when I went through it, is you got a couple opportunities where it's really, you can't have an off day. As much as it sucks, you got to be 100% on that one day. So whatever you need to do, you know, mentally from a ramp up, like recovery, and then get ready to go. I mean, you really just have that one day. It's not like everyone's seeing this work being put in right now. It's either put up or shut up.
John, obviously, you guys won national championship with you guys with Richmond, and got into camp with the Detroit Lions. And got an opportunity to take it. He might only get one. He ran well, like really well, threw well, but actually there was no offensive guys to throw to that year. So it was like, well, how do we know what you could do? And he broke his ankle his senior year. He was about to break almost every CAA record, and just broke his ankle, and that kind of ended everything. So just some perspective from somebody who's been there, done that, and had a shot. You know, made the best of it. You gotta do the same thing with yours. So here's what we got: 2 40s, 2 shuttles, 1 L. Then we're out of here. All right. Cover it, and you have clearance, you can break the glass with that thing, right? Every time you do it, right now, on the second leg, your foot's behind. So there's clearance to come through. Come on. Now. Everybody, you're starting your second cut too late. Start your cut. Right when you break that pane of glass, you should be going down. That is the highest point in your shuttle. After that, go right down to the line. The next thing is you guys are inside cutting, which means you're putting shin off your inside leg and cutting off that same leg. You gotta plant, step, then cut, because that's where you'll slip. The other reason why you're slipping is because you're not giving yourself clearance. If I come here, right, and I have to redirect that energy from here to there, all that energy is gonna leak, so then I'm gonna slide. Does that make sense? I need to tripod that foot by stepping here, crossing it over, right? So now, the weight's gonna shift, but what's gonna happen? Where's my tripod, right? My foot's there, it's a brace. So all of a sudden it braces, and I don't have a place for it to slip. And then I have a buffer because my heel's going back towards the line. And then I break the glass because I have clearance. But what happens is you guys are cutting, and your foot's behind your other foot. And then in order to loop around, looping around's not the problem. We know that slows you down, but what's really slowing you guys down is that because your foot's here, it's sliding. Because all the energy is leaking, so then it doesn't have a direct contact. So you can make a hard cut, boom, and then get right back out of there. All right, ready? You're hot sliding. Like I just want to. You're starting your cut too late. All right. Don't smack the ground. Slide. Go get money. Right. A couple things. One, we do not talk when we do our drills. No fuck, shit, damn, oh man, my bad, damn. You can't do that. Like, you just got to get over that. Number two, this is a good example of like, you don't necessarily know what you're doing. You all came up here except for one of you with, all right, I'm just gonna do it, but I have no idea what to do. Sometimes you're gonna get thrown stuff that you don't know, but most of the stuff we can prepare for. There should only be like a few things that we never expect. Everything else, we should be ready to go. When we set up for our L drill, we actually want to set up with an opposite stance. So everybody here is a righty on this lower body stance. You want to set up with a lefty start. Right leg forward. Tadra, go ahead and set up for me. Here's the reason why. Walk through it. Bang, bang, plant step, cut. It's right there. When you do your left leg forward, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, cut. Versus the opposite leg, it sets it up for that plant step cut, right? Plant step cut, and that's it. So they're two lateral, horizontal, right? Horizontal explosions. You should be thinking that like a crossover jump, like a broad jump, like just driving your legs over for each time. Explode 1, 2, explode 1, 2, back, sprint and rip. Does that make sense? That's how we want to approach this setup right here. Okay? So what I want you to do is we'll work on this some more. But I want you to just understand that this is a good example of not knowing what you're doing and just going up there and going, oh, I just got to go through the drill. That won't be accepted. Like the drop off between Teldrick's L drill and your guys was unbelievable compared to Teldrick's 40 and your 40, right? Like there's just speed, that's relative. But in this drill, most of you guys have the ability to change direction and re-accelerate and then bend around. However, if you don't have the technique, your lack of efficiency is just going to make a huge problem. That make sense? So we need to learn this and fine-tune it. That's why there's value there. So I wanted you guys to just kind of give it a shot. No coaching. Let's see what you guys do. And we can tell. Now, there's other tips. We actually want to start, like a lot of people teach, start wide. Start a little closer here because when you're going right, when you're coming here, instead of walking the runway, now I can just plant, step, cut here, get my angle, plant, step, cut here. Now I'm way away from this, right? But what does this do? It sets me up for this. Now I hit this angle, bang, hit this angle, bang, bang, step around. Did you see what I did? Right? So I step on the phone, step out, step around, here, bang, lean over the throat and finish. All right? Massively important for almost every position, and it's extremely important that we get our numbers where they need to be. So, wide receivers, this is the money drill. DBs, it's a money drill. Linemen, it's a money drill. Because the linemen, they want to see if you can bend around the counter. They care less about this drill's time for alignment and more about the way it looks because you pull and you lean. D linemen different. They have to have good times. But O linemen have to look good as they turn around and bend. Everyone's got a purpose, okay? We've got to figure out what that is so we can get going.